it's already the final days of the 12th lunar month, it still rains in the wet areas beside the sea in Donggang. Miao Naifu is pasting the Spring Festival couplets onto his fishing boat. As a descendant of fishermen, Miao Naifu took over this fishing boat from his elders as a teenager. He has spent over a dozen years at sea with it. The concept of being safe at sea and a good catch of seafood are expressed by the wording of the Spring Festival couplets that Miao pastes to his boat. Beginning each December, the bustling port becomes quiet. In the following fishing off-season that lasts over 4 months, fishermen occasionally return to their fishing boats to make some simple arrangements. But for over half a year before this time, the fishermen have to work day and night. These people, who have made a living from the sea for generations, float on China's vast northern waters and work in a totally different way from those on land. After the period of Li Qiu, Miao Naifu has to sail his fishing boat out to sea in the early morning. As they can obtain the largest quantity of marine produce in autumn, this is their busiest time. Even though the sun has just risen above the coast, it is already a little late today for him to be setting out. Small fishing boats in coastal waters must return to shore that very same day to bring their cargo of fresh seafood back. Therefore, most fishing boats set out to sea at 2 to 3 o'clock in the morning. The waters south of the farthest end of Shandong Peninsula to the estuary of the Yangtze River are part of the Yellow Sea. With 35.3 degrees north as the boundary line, the Yellow Sea is divided into 2 parts. The southern part is abundant in fish, while in the northern part, that has an area of nearly 4,000 square kilometers, just a few weak ocean currents flow, meaning that there are huge reserves of shrimps, crabs, whelks and shellfish in the deep sea. Every year during spring and autumn, the ocean currents bring 2 fishing seasons with them. Miao became the captain of this fishing boat at the age of 20. Over the past 10 years, as he sailed the seas, the marine produce caught has brought him a satisfactory income with which he can support his family, and also employ 2 sailors. However, more precisely, the 2 sailors are also his partners, and they share the costs and profits with him. It is just that as Miao owns the boat, when they settle the accounts at the end of the year, he obtains some more money. The sea contains many surprises, but it also tests the fisherman's patience. From early morning to night, they only draw in the net once every few hours, and for the rest of the time they sail the boat and wait. This is a season of delicious food and beautiful scenery. They can select a crab as they like and eat it raw. It's an inherent ability that fishermen who have grown up beside the sea can eat seafood raw. As they start drawing in the net, more and more seagulls circle and cry out around the boat. If you want to see how much seafood you've caught in the net that day, seeing how many seagulls are attracted by the fresh seafood will give you your answer. The boat moves on slowly, dragging its huge fishing net, and the seafood is taken from the net and stored on board. Throughout the day, the fishing net is cast and drawn in several times, until the compartment gradually fills with various kinds of seafood that includes all levels on the food chain. The best seafood in autumn includes specialities from the waters in Donggang, like prawns, mantis shrimps and swimming crabs. They then put the other sea produce in various baskets holding seawater, depending on size and variety. The small marine animals that have been caught are returned to the sea. As fishermen from the old generation are gradually leaving their fishing boats, many sea customs are disappearing. But young fishermen still strictly follow the concept of releasing young marine animals. The ocean wind blows at night. Before the returning fishing boat pulls into the coast, there are already people waiting at the port. The fresh seafood that has arrived at the coast can fetch high prices. The fishermen will continue working like this until winter. After putting up the Spring Festival couplets, Miao Nai Fu chats with others, while his mother and wife are cooking at home. The sea always offers abundant food for humans. Fishermen's families eat fresh seafood during the Spring Festival, which represents their hopes of enjoying a safe and prosperous time in the new year. Stewed fish is still a must-have dish at the Spring Festival. In addition to this, basket clams, prawns and swimming crabs are also cooked. However, raw crabs blended with thick chili sauce, razor shells stir-fried with eggs, and dumplings stuffed with whelks, cabbage and pork are specialities of the sea. His mother also makes mantis shrimp braised with sauce, which is his favourite. These home-cooked northeastern dishes look simple, but they are unique, as they are full of the family's understanding, love and care for each other.
妈，怎么整这么多菜姑娘？
春节了嘛，家家都团圆吃团圆饭，家家都是过年嘛。
干一杯了。
新年快乐！
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 祝你们干一下周全呐，发大财！祝咱把一路平安，过年办风顺。
平安。
你得告我，过年拿的比今年强。
过年拿的比今年强。
好人。
After a short spring beside the sea, Miao Nai Fu is going out to sea again in search of seafood. He doesn't have much time to spend with his family each year, and celebrating the Spring Festival with them is a precious time for him. All the food at the family dinner comes from the sea. Therefore, even their Spring Festival is closely tied to the sea. For people that sail the ocean, the Spring Festival is like a wet and warm coastland, and the lamplight that shines at home upon their return.